What is going on, guys? Dark Scheme here, bringing you some gameplay, but this time it is actually not Halo, it is Gears of War Ultimate Edition. And for those of you who have not heard, Gears of War Ultimate Edition is the HD remake, essentially, of Gears of War from the original Xbox 360, yeah, that is. And I've been playing this recently. Of course, the beta is only multiplayer, and it was kind of tough to get back into it, honestly. Gears of War has always been one of those games that was the toughest for me to learn, and I could never consistently do well in. So playing this and getting back into the groove of things, it was pretty fun, it was pretty awesome. But for those who want to get into the beta, you can do so if you sign up on their website, and I will give you guys that link if you guys are interested. And it's pretty simple. You get 2 codes via Xbox message, and make sure that you hold on to those 2 codes because you will need both. Essentially, one is for the download and one is to unlock it. So there's that. But anyways, I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about pretty much this game, essentially, and how much fun it is and how awesome it was and how different it is compared to a lot of different games. There's so many different things about this game compared to others. Obviously, it isn't first person, it's third person, so you can do things like peek around corners, and you can actually jump around. You can do this thing called roadie run, which you put your head down, you just run in a straight line, and while you're roadie running, you just run straight, and it's a little bit tougher to turn left and right. So it's kind of cool how they balanced it out, where you put your head down and you gain a lot of speed, but at the same time you lose your turning power, so you need to be careful doing that. Another thing is the whole blind fire system, the hip fire system. So you can either scope in with your weapon, zoom down, or you can actually just shoot it blind fire. And for a lot of people, blind firing was pretty much where it was at because it increased your mobility. You didn't have to slow down to aim down your weapon, and essentially you had a little bit of a, I guess, advantage against your opponent. But of course there's a lot of different things and techniques, and this is actually one of the best weapons in the game, I want to say. It's just a lot of fun to use, called a torque bow. You essentially charge it up, and it's a bow and arrow that is an explosive round, and you can essentially just shoot it and it sticks to your enemies, and it's a one-shot kill if it sticks. But at the same time, if you don't charge it up all the way, there is less power to it, and there's a less likely chance that it will stick to your opponent, and that's honestly really awesome. You kind of have to really know when to shoot the weapon to really aim it perfectly, especially if you're shooting somebody across the map. When you're shooting somebody mid-range, not that big of a deal, you don't have to charge it up that much. But at the same time, if you're going long ways, you're going for a long-range shot, there is a high skill gap for that too. Aiming in this game was pretty rough, but now that the game is actually running on dedicated servers, it is working a lot better. Of course, there are some times where you kind of have to lead your shot, maybe like a little bit, but not as much as the old game. The old game, when it had those really bad laggy games, it was pretty terrible. You had to lead your shot significantly, and you essentially had to shoot in an area where your enemy was not sitting at. But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun. One of the things about this game is that every single kill means something. You know, it's not kind of just like run around and just shoot and kill everything instantly. You have to actually put your time and effort into killing your opponents, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I liked Halo so much, is because of the shield system in Halo. You had to shoot your enemies, and you had to focus on one enemy to essentially kill them, or if you went up against 2 enemies, you were pretty much most likely dead. But that was the cool thing about games that have more health than just, you know, shooting them 2 or 3 times. I mean, in this area and these maps, they're so well made and so well planned out and designed for competitive play, as well as designed for all the types of mechanics and stuff. And I kind of feel like Halo 5 Guardians is looking into doing something like this, where a lot of the stuff made in this map, compared to the Halo 5 Guardians maps, at least what I played in the beta, was a lot of fun. It actually had a lot of different areas that you can jump up, and different areas to get around the map, not just one entrance, and that whole entrance was just a choke point. So that was like a really cool idea. And of course, you have your whole jumping over cover, your vaulting system, and while it is useful, it also takes time. So when you jump over something, it slows you down. There's an animation that you have to wait for before you move, and you have to be very careful, because if people are smart and they are actually know what they're doing, they could essentially just aim where you're going to land when you're in the vault system and pretty much kill you. And one of the awesome things, of course, with Gears of War is the violence and gore. That's one of the big deals. Like when you go up too close to somebody and you shoot them, there's a chance that essentially their body will explode. Or when you get a headshot, there's that gruesome audio effect that you hear, just the crunch pretty much to it. And that is always fun and pretty violent, honestly. I think this is one of the most beautiful yet violent and satisfying games to play out there. And I mean, coming for Xbox One, and it was actually recently announced that the remastered system is coming to PC as well. That's a pretty big deal. I'm wondering how it's going to play on PC, because it has been an Xbox exclusive since day one, since Gears of War 1 through 3, and I'm wondering to see how will people play, how will people snipe on PC, because as we all know, keyboard and mouse is better for precision aiming. So we'll see what people can come up with, what people can get at, and definitely looking out for that different type of gameplay. Pretty much, if you look at Halo 2 played on PC and played on Xbox, it is completely different. It is a completely different monster. People aim and they will not miss 100% of the time. But that is pretty much it for me today. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this different type of gameplay, and I will see you guys next time.
There are no
Peace.
soldiers anywhere.